Okay, here we are live. Thanks. Some technology things up and down here, but we go through. You need to mute yourself if you are not muted here on it. And here we are in our Unlimited Network Mastermind, something that we do every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and today is Saturday, January 30th. We are ending the month of January already, and it's like, oh my gosh. So we have all the potential in the now, more and more, because time, flies here. So let's be very present and really getting clear of the intention of this time that we spend here together to support each other here, to keep embodying, embodying our prosperity consciousness, that consciousness that allow us to believe so we can, see and manifest easy, that all is possible, that we deserve whatever it is that we want to enjoy, to experience, to be happy. And of course, all of that is the price of the addiction that we have to keep focusing on the limitations and the things that maybe are not working and all that stuff. So as conscious people, that I believe we are all the ones that we are here, that is intention. And as you know, we are working right now with the book of Abraham Hicks, that is Money and the Law of Attraction, to really master, to really get comfortable in the laws and to master creation and how we need to, what we need to do to make our lives easier. And Abraham, I think, is straight, clear, really beautiful to have a conversation with our higher consciousness. At the end, Abraham is a higher level of our own consciousness here. So we are listening deeply and, learning how to apply that in our daily life. So last week, we stopped in page 190. So if you have your book with you, please open it to that page. And then Doc Fran, that is our wise man here, we are going to continue reading and integrating this work. So if you are seeing this recording live at this very moment in the other side and you have questions, remember that you can write your questions and we can read it here and answer to them. And the ones that we are here in the panel, if we see that we want to deepening in some comment or to really understand something or to help each other with our own experiences here, please feel free to open your microphone and to talk about it, because we are not just reading, as you know, we want to be it, okay? We want to integrate these teachings and this work. So welcome again, and Doc Fran is your space. Welcome.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Monica, and it's a pleasure to be here again. And sorry about last week. We had quite a challenging day with our power and our internet last Saturday. So I understand that you all went on and did a very excellent seminar, so I'm happy. We want to start today. We're on page 190, and so we'll just jump right into it, because I believe we're going to actually finish the text part of this book today. So Monica, perfect timing. The last Saturday of January 2016, and we'll be wrapping up our work with this book. I want my work to feel free. Jerry asks, so most of what you might call my careers through the years almost never began as a means to earn money. They've mostly been things that I just enjoyed doing, which ended up earning money. Abraham responds, well, that truly is the secret to the success that you have enjoyed for so many years, because you determined early on that feeling good was what mattered most to you. You managed to find a variety of interesting ways to maintain that intention, not realizing at the time that the secret to all success is keeping yourself happy. Many of you have been taught that your own happiness is a selfish and inappropriate quest, and that your real objective should revolve around commitment and responsibility and struggle and sacrifice. We want you to understand that you can be committed and responsible and an uplifter and happy. In fact, unless you do find a way of connecting to your true happiness, all of those other quests are usually just empty, hollow words not backed up by any true value. You only ever uplift from your position of connection and strength. People often say, I don't want to work, meaning I don't want to go someplace where I have to do unwanted things to earn money. And when we ask why, they say, because I want to be free. But it is not freedom from action that you are seeking, because action can be fun. And it is not freedom from money that you want, because money and freedom are synonymous. You are seeking freedom from negativity, from resistance, from the disallowance of who you really are, and from the disallowance of the abundance that is your birthright. You are seeking freedom from lack. What
Yes,
are...
wait. I want to stop here just 1 second, because this for me is so true, in the sense that, you know, I touch the space where I feel passion inside for the path. You know, it's like I was very trapped in the past into wanted to have it, whatever it is that I was looking for. Or, you know, like when it's coming, and, you know, like impatient and come on with all what I'm doing, you know, Again, I love to hear that. And I want to say it loud because it helps me to integrate, you know, it's not about getting it. It's not about reaching it anymore, you know. It's really about understanding the truth, the yearning of my being inside, that is exactly like that. It's like I can have all the money in the world. If I don't change my consciousness, I'm never going to enjoy it, to be free, to be happy, to be in balance, right, harmonious or whatever. Oh my gosh, I feel like a gift right now, you know, just to get it. I don't know, sometimes you hear things 120 times and the 121 clicks in, you know.
Absolutely.
To allow me to support me. This supports me to be very patient and gentle with me, because the goal is not to get that money that's going to make me free, or that is going to express the freedom that I am, and I'm very clear on that, you know. Like I really want to free myself, you know, from the mental limitations that I'm addicted to. I mean, this week I had a, you know, like bad news from a friend that is going through something really hard, and you don't have any idea how difficult it is for me to don't think about that. And I'm learning, you know, right now. I'm not going to help her by, you know, thinking about seeing her this way, blah blah blah, you know. So to really manage, okay, you know, I have the best way that I can support her in this week, I mean, at this moment, is to be happy. And, you know, it's like, okay, you know, giving that right. I just want to say thank you, because it's going to a deeper level right now, you know. Yes, my yearning is to let go of the lack consciousness, of the limitations, of the negativity, and we are doing good, I think. Thank you. I would share that.
Yeah, you're a courageous, wise woman, Monica, to take on such a journey and consciousness. And about the happiness and work, and it's really a thought away, because if you look at the activities are staying the same, but we choose I like or I don't like, or I put a concept of struggle on it. For example, exercise. I personally hate exercise, and I love to play. But the activity of playing and doing exercise is exactly the same activity. But for some people they call it exercise, and other people call it play. But it's the same activity. And when you do it with play, there is a freedom involved. There is a happiness, a passion involved. When you do it because I have to, which is exercise, if I don't, then there is all this lack, and it's a hardness around the concept. So our point of view is really what's addressing the outcome, both in activity and the result of the activity that we do. So it really bows down to come back to that place of happiness and being a kid and playing and being in the flow and not struggle. Easy. It's not easy to do. Well, it should be easy to do. Why can't it be so easy? You know. But that's the journey. I'm pointing out to myself a lot that I really have to have the right mental approach to what's going on around me.
Well, you're absolutely right, both of you. The joy is in the journey, and the trick is to learn to be in joy regardless of what is actually happening right now on your journey. And the best example that I like to give about that fact is, imagine those of us that are parents, imagine if the total maturity of your child was 20 months instead of 20 years. Can you just think back over all of the joy that you would be missing out on in that additional 18 years of journey? So it really is fun. And one of the beautiful things is the MasterMind is helping us learn that lesson intellectually, as well as allowing it to imprint on our subconscious and literally become part of our vibrational base. And that's where the magic happens. So yeah, it's fun. Isn't it cool when you get one paragraph that stimulates so much connection of the principles that this book is really imparting to us?
I actually have something there with when we helping Monica there with your friend that's sick. My mother, when she was on her deathbed, she was thanking life. She would say, "I'm so grateful for life," and it's like she had a life of adventure, and she was smiling. And she actually said goodbye. I'm leaving now, goodbye, and with a smile, and she was going on to another adventure.
Sure.
And like Monica, you pointed out today in Facebook that Abraham Hicks, life is one adventure after another in the moment. So to see wow, that's interesting. Wow, look at this adventure today. Oh, the freezer is not working. Ah, what an adventure that's gonna be today. I wonder where that's gonna take us, and so on. So to have to me it helps a lot to think of life as an adventure, moment by moment, and once one adventure is over, and maybe another adventure shows up, and we have a concept that adventure is not going to be good, to stop that and say, here's another adventure. It's interesting, and see where that's take it. The ego wants to say, oh my God, now either you're going to die and everything is going to disappear, or you're going to hell and everything is going to be terrible. No, it's just going to be whatever it's going to be, but the way I'm going to experience it, it depends on my point of view. So if I think of it as an adventure, I can actually have a good trip all the way along.
Well, just visualize, what if all of us come back as one of the aliens in the Star Wars trilogy? We could just spend the next entire lifetime in a bar in some distant galaxy.
They gotta have sailboats, though.
Oh well, of course. Even if they hover over the desert. All right. So, what are its positive aspects? Abraham teaches us, whenever you feel negative emotion, that is your emotional guidance system giving you an indication that you are, in that moment, looking at negative aspects of something. And in doing so, you are depriving yourself of something wanted. If you will set an intention to look for positive aspects in whatever you are giving your attention to, you will begin to immediately see the evidence of the lifting of patterns of resistance, as the universe is then allowed by your shift in vibration to deliver your long-wanted desires to you. People often move from job to job, profession to profession, employer to employer, only to find the next place no better than the last. And the reason for that is they take themselves everywhere they go. When you go to a new place and you continue to complain about what was wrong with your last position in order to explain why you came to the new position, that same vibrational mix of resistance goes with you and continues to prevent the things you want from coming to you. The best way to accomplish an improved work environment is to focus upon the best things about where you currently are, until you flood your own vibrational patterns of thought with appreciation. And in that changed vibration, you can then allow the new and improved conditions and circumstances to come into your experience. Some worry that if they follow our encouragement to look for good things about where they are, it will only hold them longer in an unwanted place. But the opposite is really true. In your state of appreciation, you lift all self-imposed limitations, and all limitations are self-imposed, and you free yourself for the receiving of wonderful things. Jerry asks, Abraham, what is the role of appreciation in the creation equation? And how does a condition of appreciation equate to what's called the attitude of gratitude? From Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, I learned to decide what I wanted and then to focus on it and think about it until it came into being. In other words, I set goals and timetables for their achievement. But then after meeting you, I became aware that most of what I would describe as the most wonderful things that came into my life weren't so much things that I had specified that I wanted, although much of that came to pass. What actually manifested was the essence of something that I had greatly appreciated. In other words, I knew Esther for years before we came together, and I never wanted her through those years, but I did greatly appreciate so many aspects of who she was. And then she and all of her delightful aspects came completely into my life. And look at what a magnificent difference she has made in the joyous aspects of my life. Also, I read the Seth books over and over and never desired to have a Seth in my life. And I greatly appreciated the teachings of the non-physical entity called Seth, as well as Jane Roberts and Robert Butts, who facilitated the experience. And now, here you are, not Seth per se, but you bring with you the essence of everything that I appreciated so much about Jane and Rob and Seth's phenomenal metaphysical experiences. Over 40 years ago, I was visiting a family near San Francisco who earned their money from a very basic, almost primitive mail order lapidary business that they conducted from their home. I never ever said that I wanted that business, but in my appreciation, I told thousands of people the story of that experience. And then one day, about 20 years ago, as I was in the post office picking up orders from some teachings of Abraham's recordings, I realized that I was now experiencing the essence of that mail order business that I had so much appreciated. And now look at how many millions of people have been positively touched as a result of the business aspects of disseminating this philosophy. I could list many more, but I'll add one more scenario. Esther and I, when we first moved to San Antonio, Texas, found a small temporary rental home where we could enjoy a vegetable garden, laying hens, a milk goat, and our own water well. And we used to take our walks by crossing the road in front of the house and then walking across a small airplane landing strip into a grove of large cedars and live oak trees. Even in the heat of the summer, we were able to enjoy our walks by following the deer trails that tunneled through the dense growth of trees. One day we discovered that one of the deer trails opened into a tiny meadow hidden among the oaks. It was so beautiful. The grass, the flowers, and the general atmosphere could best be described as enchanting. Esther and I loved that good-feeling spot in the woods, and we returned there many times. We conjured scenarios of how this seemingly ancient, seemingly natural clearing could have come about, and who might have discovered and enjoyed it before us. We questioned why it was so inexplicably pleasing to us, and we appreciated it greatly. We never said that we wanted that piece of land, but we purely appreciated it. And then about 5 or 6 years later, a stranger called us and said he had heard that we were looking for land to build our office complex on. And the 7 acres he offered us contained that small hidden meadow. And now our office sits exactly on that beautiful, enchanting spot. That 7 acres became part of 20. And then one day I was appreciating the beautiful oak trees on our neighbor's prime 20 acres. And to make a long, delightful story relatively short, that little meadow has now evolved to 40 prime acres with Interstate 10 frontage, with a plane hangar, a helicopter pad, and a stable. Now, we don't have a plane or horses. and it all evolved from our appreciation of that small meadow in the woods. Abraham, would you please respond to my perspective regarding the emotion of appreciation? Abraham responds, the vibration of true love, that feeling of being in love, that feeling that you have sometimes when you see someone and you feel like you are moving through one another. The feeling that you have when you are looking at the innocence of a child and feeling the beauty and power of that child. Love and appreciation are identical vibrations. Appreciation is the vibration of alignment with who you are. It is the absence of resistance. It is the absence of doubt and fear. It is the absence of self-denial or hatred towards others. Appreciation is the absence of everything that feels bad and the presence of everything that feels good. When you focus upon what you want, when you tell the story of how you want your life to be, you will come closer and closer to the vicinity of appreciation. And when you reach it, it will pull you toward all things that you consider to be good in a very powerful way. Conversely, let us talk about the difference between, let us say, gratitude and appreciation. Many people use the words interchangeably, but we do not feel the same vibrational essence in them at all. Because when you feel gratitude, often you are looking at a struggle that you have overcome. In other words, you are happy that you are still not in the struggle, but there is still some of that struggle vibration present. In other words, the difference between inspiration, which is also called to who you are, and motivation, which is trying to make yourself go somewhere, in a similar difference. Appreciation is that tuned in, tapped in, turned on feeling. Appreciation is vibrational alignment with who I have become. The state of appreciation is me being in sync with the whole of that which I am. Being in the state of, go ahead.
Can I say something here? It's interesting. We are here in Costa Rica, and we are watching a lot of travelers, and they come and especially the younger generation, they come and they are apparently have no plan whatsoever, and they're enjoying a lot. They're just, how long are you gonna stay here? I don't know. You know, what's your? And I'm thinking inside myself, what plan? Where are you gonna make money from? Where are you gonna work with? You know, what's your future gonna be like? And obviously, these people have no concept about future. And I know it because I used to do that. I used to travel all over the world, and I did not have a second thought of if I had money in my pocket or not. And I was in an incredible appreciation state at that. I was just enjoying, and there was never a problem anywhere. And I'm also looking at the people of Costa Rica, how they're working here, and I don't know how they make money or how they work. I mean, apparently they don't have anything, and they're all happy, and they all live tomorrow and every day, and they seem to not worry about how they're gonna get the nuts, you know, like the squirrels for tomorrow. They don't even go there, and they seemingly survive. And I don't know how they do it, because I don't know how they can have any work or anything, but they do. And maybe that appreciation that they have is just the source, the divine source, showing up more and more pictures of that and taking care of it. And I knew it when I was younger. I had no doubt. Now I have a lot of second thoughts. Oh my God, you know, a little like that. So I need to remember back to really trust it. And I appreciate a lot, but even more, I think, is the next step for me.
Arnie, your soliloquy draws to mind that the teaching in the beautiful biblical verse about look at the lilies in the field. All right. Well, thank you for that. Being in the state of appreciation is seeing whatever you are looking at through the eyes of Source. And when you are in that state of appreciation, you could walk down a crowded street with all kinds of things that a lot of other people would find reason to criticize or worry about, and you would not have access to them because your vibration of appreciation is picking out for you things of a different vibrational nature. A state of appreciation is a state of godliness. A state of appreciation is being who you really are. A state of appreciation is who you were the day you were born and who you will be the moment you die. And it would be, if we were standing in your physical shoes, our quest in every moment. Joseph Campbell used the word bliss, and we think it is equal. Follow your bliss. But sometimes you cannot get a whiff of bliss from where you are. So we say, if you're in despair, follow your revenge. It is downstream. If you are in revenge, follow your hatred. It is downstream. If you're in hatred, follow your anger. It is downstream. If you're in anger, follow your frustration. It is downstream. If you're in frustration, follow your hope. It is downstream. If you're in hope, now you're in the vicinity of appreciation. Once you get into the vibration of hope, now begin making lists of things that you feel good about and fill your notebooks full of them. Make lists of positive aspects. Make lists of things you love. Go to the restaurant and look for your favorite things and never complain about anything. Look for the thing that you like the best. Even if there was only one thing in all of it that you like, give it your undivided attention and use it as your excuse to be who you are. And as you use those things that shine bright and make you feel good as your excuse to give your attention and be who you are, you will tune in to who you are, and the whole world will begin to transform before your eyes. It is not your job to transform the world for others, but it is your job to transform it for you. A state of appreciation is pure connection to Source, where there is no perception of lack. My time at work is perceptual, Abraham teaches. In the same way that many people are focused upon a shortage of money, there are many who are focused upon a shortage of time, and often those two lackful subjects are intertwined to negatively impact one another. Usually the reason for this detrimental coupling of lackful subjects is the feeling that there is just not enough time to do what is necessary to achieve success. The primary reason for that people feel a shortage of time.
You have a friend, Nancy Clark. You can't come to the phone right now, but if you would leave us a message.
Sorry about that.
You're a wanted man.
Oh, I guess, you know, it's the price of freedom. There is simply not enough. Oh, this is one of my favorite statements ever. I'll get to it in a second. The primary reason that people feel a shortage of time is because they are trying to get too much leverage out of their action. If you are unaware of the power of alignment and are making little or no effort at finding your personal alignment, if you are overwhelmed or angry or resentful or ornery, and from those emotional perspectives you are then offering your action to try and accomplish things, that you are very likely experiencing a severe shortage of time. There is simply not enough action in the world to compensate for the misalignment of energy. But when you care about how you feel and you tend to your vibrational balance first, then you experience what feels like a cooperative universe that seems to open doors for you everywhere. The physical effort required of someone who is in alignment is a fraction of that required to someone who is not. The results experienced by someone who is in alignment are tremendous in comparison with the results experienced by someone who is not. If you are feeling a shortage of time or money, your best effort would be to focus upon better feeling thoughts. to make long lists of positive aspects, to look for reasons to feel good, and to do more things that make you feel good when you do them. Taking the time to feel better, to find positive aspects, to align with who you really are, will net you tremendous results and help you balance your time much more effectively. Monica, would you read here for a minute? I have to jump.
Yes, absolutely. And before I read, I would like to, maybe you can mute Dr. Anane. We can, I want to talk a little bit about that, just what you were saying right now. Dr. was reading, you know, it's so interesting. All my life, I mean, that I remember, I love the beach. And I spent so many, you know, days and times, you know, on the beach, Lanzarote, Tarifa in Spain, my own beach in the north, in the Basque Country, Bilbao. I mean, I was a beach girl, and I am a beach girl. And how many times, you know, I saw the sunset on the beach, and I swim, you know, when the sun was coming down, and I don't know, I was so connected with that energy. And it's interesting enough, I keep catching myself being on the beach and loving to be on the beach. So I see that unconsciously, not intentionally, you know, but the appreciation that I had for that peaceful ocean, beauty, whatever it is that, you know, turns me on inside, you know, like really shines with my well-being, it is working for me, you know, because I do keep catching myself today walking on beautiful beach here in Costa Rica. I love it, love it, love it, and I do appreciate it. I mean, this is a paradise on that aspect, you know. And I'm just so happy to notice that that came really naturally, like, you know, the little girl in me likes the beach, and I see myself a lot on the beach. So thank you. I mean, that's beautiful to see that we don't have to work it so hard, you know, just to be authentic. What makes you shine inside, and appreciate that a lot, you know. So Dr. Frank, I didn't read anything forward because I was sharing about how many times I catch myself on the beach and how in love I am to that sensation, you know. I love it, love it, love it, and I keep catching myself on the beach, you know. So you can continue. It says you stop it after effectively.
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
Surprise. So about a month ago, no, for 15 years, Monica and I have worked on a huge project called the Creative Questions. And we put in a lot of work, created a lot of products and so on. And then we we got tired. So we stopped for many years, and we've been doing a little bit more. But about a month ago, being down in Costa Rica, when people purchase the product, it's a little problem because of shipping. So we kind of been holding back a little bit. And then about a month ago, I got the idea of we can do an app with it. And I got very excited, and I found a guy. He created the app, and everything was just wonderful. And then there was this small little thing that I wanted to adjust it on the app. And I went into the like, oh, you know, this is all struggle. It's not working. You know, like Monica found the beach, and Abraham Hicks. What they appreciated, they created. Well, I appreciated, but then I got back to my old habits of, well, there's going to be a little bit frustration and struggle in here also. So then I brought that in. It's like, oh my God, this guy, you know, I don't know. So I got into a struggle, thought about it, and so now I got to struggle with him, make him do it, and I have to connect with him a lot and tell him, and a lot of struggle. Not a lot, but too much. So then now hearing here today, you know, I need to go back to the appreciation that the topic of making an app of our business, even that topic exists, that opportunity is incredible. And we have it, and we can do it, and so I need to go back to the appreciation of that, and not get back off on the struggle, trying to get this guy to do it, you know, and struggle with him. So I learned a lot here today, and I'll take that focus instead.
I want to say something before you start reading again, Dr. First, thank you so much, Arne, because to me these personal examples, you know, or sharings that we have here, is what stimulates, I think, the compassion between us human beings that we are doing this journey. It's not like, yeah, I would love to, embody my well-being constantly, even though I have the passion and I feel it more and more often, But what you're saying, last week we talked a lot about struggle and ease and going in the flow. So for me, to become aware, to really recognize, that there is a pattern or conditioning of struggle in my life that kicks in at one point of success, is gold, because at that moment is where you need to stop and say, okay, here you are. I can see you, and to see it for what it is, a pattern, a conditioning, And I mean, I just love, Arne, that we can, being open up enough that we can see our own traps, because we hold as identity, struggle is, I don't know, from our birth, whatever trauma that we had before, So to be aware of it and to see it, that, I see you, I can let you go, I really choose the truth of my well-being, that is, flow, like all these joys. So thank you so much, and I just love to empower all of us by accepting where we are, and from there, from an action of love and compassion for these aspects of ourselves, move on, and choose something, that vibrates better. So thank you, and thank you, Doc Fran, for your patience.
Well, I thought he was going to say how much he appreciates being on the same beach as you.
Well, I'm going to add a little bit about appreciation to Google, too.
All right. Shortage of time is not your problem. Shortage of money is not your problem. Shortage of connection to the energy that creates worlds is what is at the heart of all sensations of shortage that you're experiencing. Those voids or shortages can be filled with only one thing: connection to source and alignment with who you really are. Your time is a perceptual thing, and even though it is the clock ticking the same for everyone, your alignment affects your perception as well as the results that you allow. When you set time aside to envision your life as you want it to be, you access a power that is unavailable to you when you focus upon the problems of your life. As you observe the enormous differences in the efforts that people apply and the results they achieve, you have to conclude that there is more to the equation of achieving than action alone. The difference is that some receive the benefit of the leverage of alignment because of the thoughts they think, while others disallow that leverage because of the thoughts they think. Imagine yourself running 1 mile, and in this mile there are 2,000 doors to move through. Imagine coming to each door and then having to personally open it before you could run through it. Now imagine running the mile. And as you approach each door, the door is open for you, so you are able to continue the pace, slowing not at all upon approaching each door. And when you are in the alignment with the energy that creates worlds, you no longer have to stop and open the doors. Your energy alignment allows things to line up for you, and the action that you offer is the way you enjoy the benefit of the alignment you have accomplished. Should I try to work harder? Abraham teaches, you are a powerful creator who came into this leading edge environment understanding that you would create through the power of your thought by deliberately directing your focus towards things that you want. You did not intend to rely on your action for that creation. It may take some time to adjust to the understanding that you are creating through your thoughts, not through your action, but we cannot overstate the value of thinking and speaking of things as you would like them to be rather than as they are. Once you not only understand the power of your thought, but you deliberately direct this powerful tool in the direction of things that you desire, then you will discover that the action part of your life is the only way you enjoy what you have created through your thought. When you achieve vibrational alignment, which means your thoughts are pleasing as you think them, and you feel an inspiration to act, you have accomplished the best of both worlds. Your action feels effortless when you are tuned to the vibrational frequency of Source. And then you feel an inspiration to offer action. Those outcomes are always pleasing, but action taken without tending to vibrational alignment first is hard-working, inefficient action that over time wears you down. Most are so busy dealing with that which is immediate that they do not have time to tend to that which is important. That's a great line. Many tell us that they are so busy making their money that they do not have time to enjoy it. For when you rely on your action to create, often you are too tired to enjoy your creation. Jerry asks, my work is an adventure, and I really do enjoy it. But when I tie money and earnings to my work, I can feel a tension, and that takes the joy out of it. Do they not go well together? Abraham responds, this is a common story that we hear from creative people who are involved in music or art that they love. But when they decide to make this this thing they love the primary source of their income, not only do they often struggle in terms of making money, but their previous joy is diminished as well. Most people have a rather negative attitude about money, simply because most people speak more often of what they cannot afford or the lack of the money they desire than they speak of the benefit of money. Also, most people spend much more time thinking about what is currently happening in their experience rather than what they would prefer to have happen. And so, without meaning to, most people are thinking rather lackfully about money. So then, when you couple an idea of something that you enjoy, your adventure, your music, your art, with something that you have felt strong lack about for a long time, the balance of your thought tips towards the dominant feeling. As you begin spending more time visualizing what you desire and less time observing what is, and as you then practice your more positive, better feeling story, in time, your adventure will become the dominant vibration within you. And then as you couple your adventure with your means of earning, the two will blend perfectly and enhance each other. There is no better way to earn money than to do the things that you love to do. Money can flow into your experience through endless avenues. It is not the choice of the craft that limits the money that flows, but only your attitude toward money. That is why so many niche markets are continually opening, with people becoming very wealthy from ideas that only recently were not viable markets at all. You are the creator of your own reality, and you are the creator of your own markets of enterprise and your own flow of money. You cannot accurately define some activities as hard and others as easy, because all things that are in harmony with what you are wanting are easy and flowing, while all things that are not in harmony with what you are wanting are harder and more resistant. Anytime what you are doing feels like a struggle, you must understand that your contradictory thought is introducing resistance into the equation. Resistance is caused by thinking about what you do not want, and that is what makes you tired. An example of my old story about my career.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I don't know if we finished the book or not, but I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart here, because you know that I work as a medical doctor for 14 years. I can hear some echo. I don't know if we can mute some microphone, but I work as a medical doctor in my country, in Spain, in Bilbao, for 14 years, and I enjoy the kids that I love. I love my work. But at the same time, was the way of making money collectively accepted. You're a doctor, and I don't know, people come to you. At that time was not so much competition, I think. I'm talking like, or something like that, or 30. And it's interesting to me, like just right now, I start to understand that when I chose to follow my heart, that is really the path of awakening. Like I love to support people. My awakening coaching that I call, like to really support people to get in touch, through whatever it is that you are experiencing, to wake up our true being, and I'm really good at it. I love it. But I understand today that the fact that I love that and I'm very passionate was in balance with all my idea about money and, how spiritual beings, you don't care about money. So I have all this inner battle that I let it go many years ago, but right now I understand what I struggle so much financially, doing what I love to do. And many people come to me and say, just do what you love to do, you know, and then money will flow. Well, money will flow if your relationship with money is healthy and your thoughts about money are empowering, you know, and trusting and all that stuff. Because to me, I crashed. I mean, I went like, you know, maybe I need to work hard again, clinic and investment and blah, 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 you know. And so I just want to say thank you, because I got in a deeper level here, you know, that really to align my relationship with money, to feel loving about that, grateful about that. So my discordance between my passion and the negativity that I have with money is less and less, and I can really unite, you know, these two things. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
I think Celia had something to say too.
Important what Dr. Frank was reading right now, you know, this struggle thing, because it's so easy to be in action, even if you are a millionaire. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or whatever, like Monica, you were saying. I mean, it's the passion and the alignment in the action, and it's so easy to be caught in the doing and you know, and with the time thing that Dr. Frank was reading before. To me, that's crucial, because I so relate time and money. And the moment you start to feel the scarcity of time, you are poor, regardless of the bank account. So, you know, it all connects. To me, it's all these magical dots connecting, because it again takes me to appreciation. Appreciation, if I'm appreciating what I'm doing, I'm connecting the dots, and I'm, you know, and I'm aligned. And it's like a cascade of abundance. It's like a cascade of wealth and alignment. To me, so the crucial vortex point is to be aligned all the time, and definitely money is coming, and money will come in a way that is joyous for me, not in a way that, oh my God, more suffering. Or for me as a businessman, you know, I'm doing my business and situations, and sometimes receiving a lot of money can be like a burden if you are not open, if you are not aligned. And we're talking about this in the Spanish MasterMind the other day. Someone was saying that she was not prepared to receive whatever small amount was then, but you know, regardless of it was $200 or $200,000 or $2 million, you have to be open and aligned to receive. And then to me, that's the whole work, and it's really is a whole big, important, extremely important work, for which I am too extremely grateful. And I think this MasterMind is crucial for us to understand that, you know, not, you know, this thing, you know, that you have to be aligned, and then you have to be open. And it's not so easy. Sometimes where it's much easier to give, but then to receive. You know, when the universe starts giving you, oh my God, what's going on? Something must be wrong. And then just be clean in that alignment. So everything we're reading today, to me, is like I would put it in a frame of gold, and I would just put it in my subconscious and make it mine, because I think it's extremely important. You know, this book is finishing, and it you know, it really is the juice now. When you have a delicious plate, and the last part is the most delicious. To me, whatever we're reading today is extremely satisfactorily aligned, delicious, and this is to me like what I'm learning. You know, instead of getting into, oh my God, what time is it? Is it finishing? And what time is it? And you know, this time thing, time, money. Forget it. Just be aligned in the second, and then you become a multi-millionaire. Actually.
Thank you, Sally. You're so beautiful. Yes, Dr. Frank.
Okay, we ready? No, those are great thoughts. And, you know, I was thinking as Celia was talking that it seems to me that a very common pattern of behavior is for us to be worrying about the lack of money and when is it going to flow, let it flow, and then as soon as it starts to flow, we start to worry about, oh my God, what if it stops? You know, when's it going to stop? When's it going to stop? And we just flip-flop back and forth, and it keys in with the reality that I've learned that worrying is really just praying for what you don't want. So don't worry, be happy. How many songs do we have out there about that topic? All right. Well, let's look at an example of my
Worry and complaining. Those two. Worry and complaining is praying for what you don't want.
Yeah. Yep. That's, they are kissing cousins, as it were. So, well, part of what sets up your true attitude about, or your true vibrational offering about your life, is tied up with the story that you constantly play, both to yourself and to others that will listen to you. So let's look at Abraham's examples here. An example of my old story about my career. I've always worked hard in every job I've had, and I've never really been appreciated. It seems to me that employers always take advantage of me, getting everything from me and giving as little in return as they can get away with. I'm tired of working so hard for so little. I'm going to start holding back too. No point am I knocking myself out when no one else notices. Many of the people around me at work know less than I know, work less than I work, and make more money than I make. That's just not right. An example of my news story about my career. I know that I will not always be right here in this place doing this same work. I like understanding that things are always evolving, and it is fun to anticipate where I am headed. While there are many things I could be better where I am, it is not really a problem because where I am is constantly changing to something better. I like knowing that as I look for the best things around me where I am. Those things become more prevalent in my experience. It's fun to know that things are always working out for me, and I watch for the evidence of that, and I see more evidence of that every day. There is no right or wrong way to tell your improved story. It can be about your past, present, or future experiences. The only criterion that is important is that you be conscious of your intent to tell a better feeling story, a better feeling, improved version of your story. By telling many good feeling short stories throughout your day, you will change your point of attraction. Time to tell a new story. My old story is about things that have gone wrong, things that aren't the way I want them to be or think they should be, others who have let me down, others who have not been truthful with me, not enough money, not enough time, how things usually are, how things have been all my life, how things have been lately, injustices that I see in the world, others who just don't understand, others who don't make an effort, others who are capable but don't appreciate themselves or apply themselves, dissatisfaction with my appearance, worry about my body health, people who are taking advantage of others, people who want to control me. My new story is about the positive aspects of my current subject of attention, the way I really want things to be, how well things are going, how the law of attraction is the true manager of all things, abundance that flows abundantly, how time is perceptual and endless, the best things I see, my favorite memories, the obvious expansion of my life, the amazing or interesting or wonderful aspects of my world. My new story is about the incredible variety that surrounds me, the willingness and effectiveness of so many, the power of my own thoughts, the positive aspects of my own body, the stable basis of my physical body, how we create our own reality, my absolute freedom and my joyous awareness of it. Each and every component that makes up your life experience is drawn to you by the powerful law of attraction's response to the thoughts you think and the story you tell about your life. Your money and financial assets, your body's state of wellness, clarity, flexibility, size and shape, your work environment, how you are treated, work satisfaction and rewards. Indeed, the very happiness of your life experience in general is all happening because of the story you tell. If you will let your dominant intention be to revise and improve the content of the story you tell every day of your life, it is our absolute promise to you that your life will become that ever-improving story. For, by the powerful law of attraction, it must be. Well, folks, whew. we are at the end of the teaching portion of this, and I'm really looking forward to a little discussion on that today.
Yes.
It's time now.
What? Excuse me?
It's time.
Okay, we are almost at the end of our time too, but we can have like 3-5 more minutes. But I want to just to say that the last part about, you know, like, let me see what I was saying here. Not that things are always working out for me. I just want to invite you to investigate on YouTube. You go Abraham Hicks and you put this, you know, that things are always working out for me. And there is a beautiful, I think like 15 minutes, something like that, you know, song and repeating, you know, things are always working out for me. And I mean, I heard that and I love it. So we can plug into and to really enjoy, you know, this new way of understanding and thinking that, of course, is the opposite to, you know, what we are habituated collectively thinking, because we always expect the worst or whatever, you know. So I like to highlight that. So go to YouTube and listen to Things Are Always Working Out for Me from Abraham Hicks. That's beautiful. And yeah, Doc Frank, I mean, we finished the book. I was thinking about, there is a little text that maybe next week, Doc Frank, what do you want to do with it? So because it's kind of long, dense text before we complete the entire book, but maybe we can do a little highlight of what it is that you want to read next week. Can you hear me? No, maybe we have lost him or something.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
What I'll do, now that we're finished this part, I will annotate the last chapter and just pull sentences and paragraphs and tie them into a cohesive wrap-up of the, you know, the important teachings in the book, just to refresh our memory on the many important things that Abraham has taught us in this book. And that way, that will be a nice culmination of this thought pattern, and it'll set us up to go into our next book that we're going to study, Monica. And I think you want to take a couple minutes and talk about that book as well.
Yes. Well, I just want to make sure that everyone knows here that this is the next book that we are going to play with and to learn and to grow with, The Abundance Book by Lawrence Crane, and teaches the amazing release technique to really let go of any negativity in seconds. That at the end is what is in between, you know, our well-being and you know, our our apparent reality here, right? So to master how to let go of resistance and negativity, I think can help us a lot. I was looking through the book. It's very rational in the sense I think our mind can really understand, you know, how energy works also in a completely different approach than Abraham Hicks, but at the end all they say the same. So I think it's good that we approach our own, you know, expansion from different angles so we can integrate all of that. And so we are not going to start that next week, but I want you to look for it and to buy it so we can start the following Saturday with this journey again. And it's really new to me too, but I trust Doc Fran that we are going to learn a lot with this one. So remember to order it and to have it for us to work together. And besides that, I just want to say thank you to all of you for your presence here, for seeing the video. If you want to be on the panel, that is fun, and you know, you learn how to engage more and to really offer your wisdom here. You have to email Arne, A-R-N-E, at unlimitednetwork.com, so we can bring you here and play together. And besides that, I just want to wish you a wonderful, prosperous week, really focusing on appreciating and your list of positive things today, so see we can grow in that habit, new habit. And we see each other again next Saturday. That is going to be February 9 already. So have a wonderful week, everyone. And, excuse me? No? What then, you know?
Next Saturday.
Yes, next Saturday, whatever February is. Okay, guys, so thank you so much and see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.